Hi, I'm Shalane, this is Dean, and we are Grassroots Living.
About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distraction.
Hi friends, we are so glad you're with us today. We're excited to be with you. We're doing a fun little video today. We've been thinking about van life. Anybody that lives in a truck camper or in a van probably has gone back and forth. Truck, van, what do I want to do, right? And we had a really great opportunity to visit with some van lifers.
Right. Karl and Patti from RView of America. Mm-hmm. They've just started their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I mean, they are really new. We're going to leave a description down below. I'm sorry, we're going to leave a link down below.
Yeah, in the description we'll leave the link. And they don't talk a lot on their channel as far as, like, you don't see them much. But their point is that they want you to see their view of America. So as they travel, they show you what they see. So you see a lot of cool things, but they have a van. Now at first we were going to do kind of a comparison video. Van versus, baby truck camper. Because as you guys know, we live in a tiny truck camper. What is it again?
Travel Light 770R.
770R. So it's really small. And we were going to do kind of a sit down interview, compare kind of thing, but with the Rona, you don't want to get too close. And so it just really lended itself to more of an interview type thing. So I just put them in front of me, as you will see, and turned on the camera and asked them some questions so we could find out a little bit more about van life, especially from new van lifers. So this is new to them, so we get their fresh perspective.
Right. We found out that there's so many similarities between the two, which is one of the reasons why we always struggled. Should we go with a van? Should we go with a truck camper?
Yeah.
Stay to the end and we'll tell you what I see as our big differences there.
Right. And you might be looking at our surroundings thinking, wait a minute, that's your old camper? Well, yes it is. We haven't moved back into our old camper. We just have it sitting on our sister's property. It's kind of a guest house here for our kids when they visit. And so we just thought, let's go do our filming in our camper because it's empty today. So that's the story. We didn't move back into a camper. So this is our interview with RView of America and their camper van, which I really like. Oh, another thing is we were kind of going to walk around as we talk to them. But again, with the Rona, what we did was we had him take the camera into the van and do the tour, right? So the interview is kind of first, and then if you want the full tour, go ahead and stay, towards the end. We'll do the tour of the van, and then we'll come back and tell you kind of our thoughts on van versus truck camper and what we've decided and what we think the biggest difference is. So let's get to that interview right now.
Hi, my name is Karl James, and this is my beautiful wife, Patti. This is our 1995 Horizon 190. Horizon 190s, they didn't build a whole lot of them. There was Horizons and there was a Falcon 190 that they built for several years. I think they stopped in 95 or 96. It's built on an E250, Ford E250 chassis. Our channel is RView of America, the letter R, View of America. We also have the Gmail, RView of America at gmail.com.
That's all one word.
All one word, yeah. We have some stuff on Instagram. We've been traveling full-time since March of 2020. In fact, we sold our house early in March, and we moved into the van actually the day before closing. And we've been in the van ever since.
Yeah, that's true. The biggest reason I like the van is we can drive anywhere, park it anywhere, and instead of having to get out to go to the back, all we have to do is just turn around and we're right at home.
Another good thing about the van, I think, when we started this, when we planned this adventure, we started with a Class C, and then we travel trailer, and we thought about a lot of different things.
Thinking about those things.
Those things, and it's been like 4 years of madness going back and forth and watching YouTube videos and including. I think Bob Wells was the first for everybody, but when we saw Grassroots Living, and they've been awesome to watch and learn from. The van makes it nice because I stress out a lot. So if I go into a dirt road, I want to be able to know that I can turn around, and in the van I can pretty much get in and out of anywhere. I mean, I can park in public parking
Yes.
anywhere, and it's real easy to get in and out of there.
Okay, what about your cooking? How's your organization in your kitchen? Tell us about your kitchen and what it's like cooking, or do you cook or not cook in your vehicle? What's the kitchen situation
We
like?
cook every single day, every single meal we eat in the van, and it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. We have a 2-burner stove.
2-burner.
And
And we use propane to cook
Yes.
inside. We also have an outside 2-burner that we can set up. You know, if we're in a park or something, we want to cook outside.
we have a good size refrigerator
Yeah.
for this size van.
Yeah, we have a 12-volt fridge. The fridge that came with the rig uses too much power. It does. It's a 3-way fridge,
Yes.
but it was really, I think this van was built for people who were going to be plugged in, and we were planning on being more out in the desert or somewhere where we could boondock. So we needed the 12-volt fridge. The propane will last us normally about 3 to 4 weeks if we're cooking every day, and we use a heater now and then, and we heat up the hot water tank every now and then. But as far as the cooking goes, 2-burner. Sometimes if you have some dishes, I think, where we have multiple things, we have spaghetti and we have sauce, and if we do something else, we're in
So,
trouble.
Yes. Cooking is great, having to clean up all the time.
What's your sink situation like? What's your doing dishes situation like?
Well, we have just the one.
Small single
sink.
bowls, stainless steel. It's probably
Yes.
14 inches by 10
Yes.
inches maybe. So
Yes.
it doesn't hold, it may hold enough from one meal would fill that sink.
Yes.
So, and it stresses me out more. She said not to say anything bad here. It stresses me out more when there's a dirty dish anywhere. So I like to have clean, because this van's small enough anyway.
Yes.
If you have 2 dirty plates on the
Anything
counter, the whole
sitting
counter is
out.
all messed up.
Yes.
So if she doesn't clean them, I'll go up and start cleaning, and she'll.
Usually jump in.
And I know what you mean, though. I mean, if you leave a pair of dirty socks on the floor, the whole house looks
The whole
like
house
yours.
is a mess. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us then, we're in the kitchen now. Tell us, if you don't mind, about what's your bathroom situation set up. Is there a shower in here, or what does that look like?
Okay. Well, we originally came with one of the toilets that was hooked up to the black tank. We, again, wanted the boondocks, so we've been looking at Nature's Head and all the different composting toilet options, and I'm tight, so I was going to build my own. And then we finally ran into it's called Sunmar brand composting toilet. It was $600 and it was nice, so I said heck with building. We were getting close to time, so we went ahead and bought the Sunmar, and we eliminated the need for a black tank.
Perfect.
Yes.
And
Works great.
you're pleased with the Sunmar
Absolutely.
then?
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. And then shower set up in there?
Well, the shower setup, we bought a separate 12-volt fridge. It's a small shower that's in the back of the van. So I built a shelf on top of that, and we set our 12-volt fridge on that shelf. And then I also built some shelves above that. So whenever we want to take a shower, we move that 12-volt fridge on top of the toilet, and we take that shelf
Disassemble
out,
everything.
move everything into the front of the van, turn on the hot water, and we take a shower.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it takes a half hour to prepare the shower, so that can be a pain. If we had a dedicated shower, it would be wonderful, but it just doesn't work in our van.
And it's a very tiny shower. I mean,
Yeah.
normally we just sit down in it. You
Yeah.
don't want to stand up.
Okay, so it is inside. You don't have to put up like an outdoor
Correct.
shower tent. You
Yeah,
just
it is inside.
finagle things inside to,
Yeah.
to make that work. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Let's go to the bedroom situation. Is the bed up here on top? Is that what we're looking
Yeah.
looking at up there?
Actually, when we purchased this and we looked at where the bed was up there, it only gave us about that much clearance. Karl's a little claustrophobic, so that wasn't going to work for us. We have since turned that into storage up top. And what we do is we just take down the couch every night,
Little
make
drag
our
blanket.
bed. Yes. And then every morning just put it right back up.
And you
So-
probably have like a routine, and you know
Absolutely.
exactly what you're doing.
Yes, absolutely.
Exactly. What about just living? What about just like living? How do you live in it? Do you live mostly outside, or what's that
depends.
look like?
It's a combination. It depends on where we are, what the weather's like. We'd like to be outside, and we have a little screen,
Yes.
a 10 by 10 screen, all that
Tent.
So and Patti likes to paint, so a lot of times she'll sit out there and paint, or I'll sit out there if the weather's nice. If we're inside, we do have a TV in there. It depends where you are. Some places you get better reception than others as far as antenna. But thanks to Netflix, we can download movies at night and then watch them whenever we want to watch them.
how do you travel? Are you in RV parks a lot? Are you boondocking a lot?
Okay.
Boondocking.
We boondock a lot. When we first started, COVID was kind of bad, so we we'd already closed on the house. We needed somewhere to stay, so we went to a campground locally in Ohio near where we lived, and fortunately I'm considered a senior, so I got a discount at the campground. So it was like $15 a day to stay with all the amenities. So we stayed there for about 2 months. We went to different state parks in Ohio. We stayed a little bit of time at her sister's house. We went to visit my sister, and went to visit our kids' house, and so we did some mooch stocking, I guess is the technical term, and we did some campground. As far as once we got on the road, though, we stayed at a campground a couple times, but mostly, I think we've been to every Cracker Barrel between Maine and Texas.
Yes.
And Cracker Barrels, they've got great food, and it's free parking for us. I mean, we always recommend that you purchase something there. You should always. So they have great breakfast, they have great dinners, and they have great secure parking that we've found.
Another place that we've stopped at is the Harvest Host. We are members, so we've used that
Several
4 or 5 times on our way out here.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so when you're boondocking, and so since you don't choose to plug in, I guess, as such very often, and neither do we, what does your power situation look like?
We have a 105 amp hour AGM house battery, and we have a Jackery 240. Jackery 240 is our only inverter as well, so that we plug in that 110 to a power strip, which will run the Jackery will run the TV, the fridge, and any chargers that we want to run. We have a solar panel for the Jackery, and we have a solar panel for the house battery. So if we're in a lot of times if we're traveling, we'll stop at a state park or park along the way, and we'll spend the day at the park, and we'll put the solar panels out, and we'll fix lunch. We'll be fully charged, usually within 3 or 4 hours, because we also charge while we drive. The alternator will charge our battery for us. And then when it gets time for bed or close to dark, we'll head to a Harvest Host or a Cracker Barrel or somewhere like that to park. We'll plan out where the next place we want to be the next night, and we'll do the same thing again. If we run into a great place, like we did in Erie, Pennsylvania, we ran into, it's called Presque Isle, it's a beautiful park. So we stayed at that Cracker Barrel 2 nights because it was such a nice park to go to. No reservations required.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And are you, is the power everything you need at this point? You plan on doing any upgrades?
absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes.
The 12 volt,
Yes.
the 12 volt fridge that we added is high efficiency. So if we start out with 105 amp hour in the house battery, and the Jackery is fully charged, which it's always fully charged because it's constantly charging from the house battery or from the solar, we can go all night. We can watch TV for 3 or 4 hours. The fridge will run all night. Composting toilet fan runs off of that battery also. We'll go to sleep with 105 amp hours. We'll wake up somewhere between 70 and 90, depends how much TV we watch and how much other stuff we do. So we're always good, and I get the solar panels out first thing in the morning, or if we're driving on the highway, then we're charging anyway. So either way, we're back up to full charge early in the day.
And we don't use heat at night either, so we don't need it for that.
Yeah, so the furnace isn't going, so that's nice.
Okay, so are you happy with it? Do you like the van? Are you thinking, how long do you think you'll be in it? Are you thinking about something else or something bigger or something? What are you thinking?
Okay.
I think we like the van. I think we were trying a test or a trial to see how we would do. And since we've been in it since March, I think we've done very well. Like I said, it's a very small space. If one person is trying to cook, the other person has to sit down. So, you just have to give and take who has that floor space. Yeah.
The 10 square feet.
Yeah. He does a whole lot better at that than me.
How high is it? You can both stand straight up,
Yes.
right?
Stand, yeah.
And I'm 5'10". I'm tall, so I would say 6'2" or 6'3".
Probably 6, yeah, there's a lot of
Can
clearance.
stand up in there.
Yeah.
Okay. And what did your kids think about you doing this?
So,
Your family in general.
Yes.
It's funny. I think the kids thought it was pretty cool. In fact, our oldest son, him and his fiance did a 6-month. They went all over Asia and Europe.
Just backpacking.
Backpacking.
Yeah.
So they thought it was really cool. So it's probably somewhere between that's odd to cool. Some of the family members, Her sister thought we were crazy. She's gonna watch this video and hit me too.
I will.
It's like, well, you can't live in a 25-year-old van. I said, sure, why not?
Would you recommend it to other people?
Oh, now that
mean,
I've done it, I would
yes.
definitely recommend it. We've considered, as far as the size, we've gone back and forth about do we need something a little bit bigger or not. For a single person, it's definitely, I think, perfect thing. And for a couple, you're going to get to know each other really well.
getting used
It
to
can be
each
good. It's got more advantages than disadvantages, I think. Even
Yeah,
for
it
a
does seem
couple.
like overall you really like the van. You like your choice. What is something or a couple things maybe that, what do you not like about it? Is there anything you don't like about it?
Just getting in each other's way is one thing that you have to overcome.
I wake up early. I'm a 6 o'clock. Yeah, this
this
is
is a
gonna
big
get.
one.
I wake up at 6 o'clock no matter what. I mean, maybe 5:30.
Maybe 4:30.
And so I like to get up and get my coffee.
Yeah.
Well, if I have to crawl over her to light the stove, sometimes it doesn't work out
I'm
real
not very
well.
happy.
She's not being happy. Is like, that's a good way to put it.
We get that. We get that. Okay.
So that's about it.
Anything else you wanted to tell us about? Okay. Where can we? You said in the beginning where can we find you, but remind us one more time what your YouTube channel name is.
Our YouTube channel was RView of America, the letter R, VIEW of America. You can go to our website, which is RViewofAmerica.com, and we can get links to our social media there.
And mostly, what are they going to see on your channel?
For the most part, we've traveled so far, Maine down to Florida, and we've come across Kentucky and Tennessee and Texas, and now we're in Arizona. Mostly, we're just going to show some sights and of things that we've seen along the way. We haven't spent a lot of time in front of the camera, but I think we're going to have to go that way.
But I think
And
that's
these
why
guys are helping us too.
Right. But we call ourselves RView of America because we want people to see what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for doing
you.
this interview.
Sure.
It's fabulous.
Thank you.
Passenger seat reverses and makes a comfortable chair. We recovered the sofa. We got a new mattress and cut it much more comfortable to sleep on. It was originally designed with a bed that pulls out, slid out from the top. We took that bed out and used that for storage. Basic 1995 Econoline 250 cab. Picked up we picked up 4 of these shelves, 2 on this side, 2 on the passenger side, from a store for IKEA for storage. My wife likes to paint. I like to fish. Thermostatically controlled fan. Sister-in-law got us this picture before we even found the van. It just happened to be perfect. We'll finish up front first. Small TV, 2-burner stove, so we can go propane, 2-burner, stainless steel sink. When we originally got this van, there was a microwave on top of the fridge. We only use this fridge when we're plugged in, although it does run on 110, 12 volt or propane. It uses too much power, and we've added solar and can run our other fridge off of that. Jackery's been a very important part of our journey, and so has the Berkey water filter. The microwave was here. Put these shelves in and put a little notch in there so the Berkey would fit in that place and hold in. Added a couple more 12 volt. Turn the light on. We We use this section for clothes storage. The bottom section is actually the garage, which you can access from the back of the van. We got rid of the standard toilet and got a Sunmar composting toilet. The Sunmar toilet, a little less expensive than some of the other composting toilets. I think it was around $600. Got a really great deal on a 12-volt fridge. So now we can run the fridge off of solar, so we can stay out a lot longer. So between the 12-volt fridge and the composting toilet, we're able to stay out a lot longer than we would had we had to be plugged in for the fridge. That makes more storage space up above here. Below the fridge actually is a tiny bathtub. In order to use that tub, we have to remove the fridge, remove the shelf above the fridge, and then we can take a shower. Put a curtain here to give some privacy when you go to the bathroom or take a shower. And then pantry, and then we use this for dishes and silverware, these 3 drawers.
Thank you so much to Karl and Patti for doing that for us. They were so gracious when we suggested the idea to come over to our camp there in Quartzsite. And we said, hey, can we interview you? And they were just like, sure. So thank you to them.
We found just so many similarities between van life and truck camper life that really was like, well, what is the big difference? Well, the reason why we've chosen the truck camper is that we love the option of being able to dislodge our house from our vehicle.
Right.
So if we know we're going to stay for an extended period of time, we can drop the truck camper and take off with the truck.
Mm-hmm.
With the van, you don't have that option. You know, anytime you want to go into town for anything.
Right, but the awesome thing about, like what she was saying in the interview, is that when they park, they get out of their seat and turn around and they're home. And you could even like make a sandwich when you're driving down the road like Lucille Ball.
Yeah. Maybe not so much like that. That's probably not a great example.
Long trailer. If you haven't seen it, I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah.
So funny. Anyway, so I love the idea of having constant access to my house, right? But I also love the idea of being able to separate my house from my vehicle.
Yeah, if one or the other needs to be worked on, at least you have a place, you know.
Right, because if you have to go get your truck fixed, if they have to go get their van fixed, they lose their house. And so, I don't know. We still love it. We're so glad they gave us that tour. And someday we might try van life. But as for us, for right now, we're going to stick with truck camper living because we love to be able to separate our home from our vehicle.
Now, one point I do want to bring out for van life, and that is in an emergency situation, if somebody's trying to break in or whatever, they have the option of just running into their seat and driving off.
Yeah.
Whereas when in a truck camper, we have to go outside, walk all the way around, fight off whoever it is that's there in order to get into our truck.
Right.
Huge advantage there.
He has asked me before if he were to pass away, would I continue to live on the road? And I said, yes, I would, but I would get a van. And that is because I feel like there might be a little more safety as far as exactly what he just mentioned. If something sketchy's going on, you start the van and drive off. As it is right now, we would have to get out. We don't even have the window in the back of our truck to get to crawl from the camper to the truck. So that's an advantage. So yeah, there's so many things. Maybe one day we'll try it. But right now, we love our truck camper living. They are loving their van. So
it's always an individual decision.
It's always an individual decision. So thank you for watching. Thank you to them again for doing the interview. Again, check out their video and please subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you here as part of our little family, and ring the bell. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. That really helps us out. If you hated the video, give it a thumbs down, okay?
Because that actually still helps us out.
All right, until next time, this is Grassroots Living, reminding you to get down to the grassroots of what makes you happy and live your love.
We're thinking of you. We'll catch you next time.
Peace out.
Looking good, baby.
Thank you. Look, I have a hole. I did not know I had a hole in my sweatshirt till literally this very second. Sorry if I talk too much.
That was like
I was
5
just
minutes.
rattling on and on and on.
But you can edit.
La,
So.
la, 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 la.
And I think he does mention a few things about what they like about the van.
Too bad they can't see my bun. My bun's looking cute today.
Yeah, it's really looking cute.
Bam. So, until next Tuesday, what? What's my tagline? Get down. Oh,
Let's try this again.
okay. What is it? I totally went blank. What is it?
Get back to the grassroots will make you happy.
Until next time, get down. This is Grassroots Living. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Okay. Cut.